Here is a simple video. I'm going to keep it very short. Inside the telephone where they give you your letters, they have removed Q from the PQRS. There used to be a total of 70, 17 and 53. Now there's a total of 53. The total used to be 70. 70 was the spirit of 76. They removed the Q. In the Z, the total used to be 98. On the 9 key was the Z. This was the 7 key. 7 and 53 equals 60 time of the 24-hour day of man. 53, 60, and 24 is 84. Birth of Pluto, the queen, okay, the elixir. Z, 26, Venus, Saturn, again, the time clock. 7 and 2 is 9. 2 and 6 is 8. 98 was the total. Now the total is 72. 72 and 53 is 125. 5 quarters. 5 times 5 times 5. May 5th, the Mayan calendar. 17 and 16, 43. DC in the middle. DC is controlling 5, 5, and 5. The total, 168, which is 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Q and Z, 17 and 26, 6 and 2 and 8, 7 and 1 is 8. When you add up the numbers, 2, okay, don't forget, this is the 7th gate, and this is 9. 7 and 9 is 63, and 7 and 9 is 16. It is the light of which number? Check this out. Number 7, 63, and 70. Why? Because this is what happens. Number 8 equals 63. Let's count 8. T, 20. U, 21. V, 22. 8 equals 63. Normally in numbers, 11 equals 63. Now the gateway to 711 is 8. 63 plus 98. Because we moved the 9. I moved every row up one row to each other. Second row is 15, move it up. Third row is 24, move it up. I moved up all the rows. So when I move up row, okay, listen, when I move row 4 into row 3 or 3 into row 4, I get OX, exo. Okay, I got exo in creation, 33, the Christ. What is the total number? 57. 24 from number 3 into number 4 equals 57. 3 and 4 equal 57. When I move 5 into position, 6, 42, 5, 33, 75. Between 4 and 5, which is the number of the sun, 57, 75. This is the creation of the mind warp, if you want to look at it that way. Number 9, we now move 2 into 9 because we do the complete rotation. When we start at 9, we go back to 2 again because there is no 1. 1 is barred. There's no numbers on it. It's 0. 98 can remain 98 because it's the birth in heaven. But we begin at 2. And begin at 2, we get 104. Becomes Zion Israel, the one spirit between left and right. At the same time, 98 is 72 and 6 is 78. 9 becomes the gateway. Because 7 is now reduced to 53, it becomes 116, the light of 136. This will be revert to 136, 63 will remain, and we will have the one spirit. But the way it is, 63 from number 8 and 53 is 116. 63, excuse me, let me see if I got that right. 53 and 63 is 116. This one over here is 133, 313. 7 is now 313. This is the leap year coming out of the 7. 313. Plus 6 is 139. How come? Yeah, I have it 139. 118 is where the 6 is. Sorry, misread it. So when you're reading this way, now at the same time, if 7 equals 70, now because it's the 7 key, it becomes 77. 7, the actuality is 7 is 65. 3 is 56. That's Nibiru together. They have the same numbers. Add them together. It's 121. 11 times 11. F, 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 F. It's all 6. No, it's all about 6 except number 7 and number 9. When number 7 is noted, it's 7 and 0 is 7. Put 6 here, it becomes 4. 98 is 8. 7 from the 7 and 8 from the 9 position. 8 and 9 is 17 becomes 8. Are you following what I'm saying? Every other number, 4 and 2, adds up to 6. Okay? Except now 7, 8, 9 do not. All the way up to 6 they do, but 7, 8, 9 they do not, because we moved over everything with the Q removed over here or added as 4 numbers are added here. Instead of 3 numbers, 3 numbers, 3 numbers. If I remain at 3 numbers, PQR, 16 and 17 is 31, 16 and 17 is 33, and 18 is 51. That would be 6. STU would be 60. That would be 6. VWX would be 69. That would be 6. Y and Z would be 51. That would be 6. But no, they moved the Q in over here, and they moved the Z over here. The Q and the Z, 4 and 3. 17 is 8. 26 is 8. 5 and 3 is 8. 7 and 2 is 9. 8, 8, 9. The birth and the two heavens. There's one birth, and the I and I are divided. So all these numbers on this side are the numerological value to these numbers. 2 equals 4. 3 equals 2. 4 equals 6. Add 6 equals 3. 4, 2, 3. Right away in 2, 3, 4, it equals 4, 2, 3. 5 equals 6. 6 equals 7. 7 equals 2 again. 8 equals 4. 9 equals 6. So there's multiple reverse numbers, and there's numbers that do not exist. The 9 is not in here. The 8 is not in here. The 7 is in here. The 7 exists 1. And the other 7 in here is number 1. 1 equals 34, 7. This is 52, 7. The 16 light does not work unless the DC and the 52 come together. 52 are the two numbers in the center. Right over here, 2 and 5, 52. Here's your 6 and 3, 9. Here's your 5 and 6, 11. Everything is relevant to their own house. Now we understand this. This is May 5th. This will mark 10 years for me when this began. This is your key doorway. C and E, electric company, creation, 125. Nodding out, 43, 168, the hours in the week. That's why 288, 144, 144, 72 and 72. In these two corners, 144 and 144, here and here, here and here, 4 corners. Multiplied by 1.25 times 288 equals 360 degrees. The other thing I wanted to mention in that was where the 7 is. Number 7, okay, is 53. 753. You see where 7 is? 7 is left with only number 53, 357. 357 is the same creation as this. 264. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 and 1 is 3. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 4 times 1 is 4. 4 plus 1 is 5. 375 relates to 264. Esophagus, 528. 375 is electric company. 375 and 375 is 7.50. 75 is the center of the dartboard. I'm showing the relations, how they all come in. And these are all what we can do with a nickel, a penny, a dime, and a quarter. 2, 6, and 4 multiplied by 2, 6, and 4, because that's the reality I'm in. If I want to go and multiply it by 375, I'll work in that reality. We'll add them up. But when I'm in this reality and I come to the quarter, I end up with 50 and 27. 87 the gateway, 93 Saturn. 1 quarter is connected to Saturn. This becomes 181. This is our birth. 181 inside Saturn. 6 quarters, 1.5. O, the O world. 31. 7 by 3, 7 plus 3. That is a repeat of Nibiru. Number 73. 29 is our birth. 4 quarters to the dollar. And on number 4, you'll find a dollar sign. This becomes 616 becomes the light. 6 plus 1, 6 times 1 is 76. 55, 55, 110 becomes the light. 29, 31, 9, 4, 2. 9, 2, 4. The 9 birth of 2 and 4. What is 2 and 4? Inside 2 is 1. Inside 4 is 1. Become 3 and 5 becomes electric company. That's induced inside the birth of the split of man. They split on 2 sides. Left side, this is your 1 and 4 creates your 5. This is your light. This is your light. I'm not going to get into this right now because this whole thing is about the light. 1 and 6. 1 and 6 crisscrosses on this dice from one side to the other side. 2 and 5 stays in the center. 5 is in the center. It's 0, 5. 10 cents is 1, 6. It becomes the light again. 1, 6 becomes 7. 2, 5 becomes 7. This one stands for number 6 equals 52. And this one will stand for 1 because it's 16. Inside the 0 is the light. You don't see it. 40, 60, 20. 120 equals 15 balls. 15 balls in pool when you add them up, or 15 of anything added up to 120. I'm trying to see if we have any of this over here. I'm not sure if I'm doubling up on this. The same thing for over here. 528, which is 2 times 264, and 2 times 375. When we bring them together, we get 528 reverse. Becomes 13, which equals 4. 2 and 2 equals 4. 1 and 3 equals 4. 4, 4, 4 times 4. And the Monopoly bit I did the other day to bring out the 25,920 shows up under 375. This is the gateway. 528 and 756 together because 0 equals 6. 6 and 8 is 14. 5 and 2 is 0, 7. 5 and 7 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 7. 5 and 2 is 7. 5 and 2 is 7. 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 14. 6 and 8 is 14. Is 5. 3, 4, 5. 3 and 4 is DC. 5 and 4 is the sun. DC, the esophagus, comes out of the sun. When you mix the two of these together, reverse them, this becomes again the passage from 5, the sun, through Neptune. 8558, electric company, through Neptune, 375. That's why I call it the gun, because GUN is what the letters are pronounced. And this is the creation. 3 by 6, 3 plus 6 is 18 and 9. INI, INR, third, IRD. Am I getting this properly? 07 becomes 67. Becomes 12 and 67 is 79. 67 and 14 is 81. Venus to the birth of the gateway. Now we're going to bring it down one more level. Y is the total of this. 15 is the total of this. 10 is the letter of this. It becomes joy. It becomes the birth in Venus. To the gateway of the birth in Venus becomes joy. The birth gate is Saturn. Saturn, Venus. The same thing we go over here. Now if I take the two and I put them together, these two together, okay, 8 and 6 becomes 5. 5 and 3 becomes 8. 8 and 6 becomes 5. It remains the same thing. When I put these together, it becomes the same gateway between Jupiter and Neptune. And then it becomes changed. It becomes Neptune inside of Venus. Uranus goes over to where Saturn is, and Jupiter stays in the same area. That's where the Q turns around and sticks her nail into the 8, which is in low shoe. There was one other thing I wanted to mention in here. See, we added these two together, and I added up the same numbers again. I added this number, 2 times 264 times 2, 375 times 2, 750, 528. 8 and 6 is 14. I'm just doing it one more time, becomes 5. 5 and 2 is 7. 7 and 5 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3, 375. The same number gets repeated when I put these two together, and we come out of the 8, 5. That's in the center. That's in the center. It's the lower part. It's just like 2 and 5, man, 7, except it's 8 and 5, 13, because it's from the bottom part and not from the top part. 0, 2 is 62 is 8. 0, 5 is 11 is 2. That's 2 and 8. That becomes time heaven. 5 and 6, 56. Same as F, because 0, 5. EF, it's in the EF family, but the E is alone. So it's 0, 5. There's no number to go with it. EF, F, there's something to go with it. O, there's nothing to go with it. I'm going to put another number in front. But O is the 15th letter. I don't have to. A, there's nothing in front of it. It's a vowel. So I'll put 0, 1 and 0, 5. Okay, it's something new that I just came up with. Did you follow me? The I is 0, 9. The E is 0, 5. The A is 0, 1. The F has the E in front of it. It already has 5, 6. The C has the E after it. It already has 3, 5. So I'm not going to put in the 6 in this situation. It's a new thing. Instead of going 0, 3, 0, 4, because it's the C, and it's in the E family in sound, and in French it's in the A family in sound. In French, I'm going to go 3-1 for C. But in English, I'm going to go 3-5 for C. It's something new I just developed right now. So A, E, and I will actually be 6-1, which is 7. The 5 will be 6-5, which is 2. And the 9 will be 6-9, which will be 6. So it'll be 7, 2, 6. The gateway to the dog pound of Venus, Saturn. There's just a lot of things to look with it. There was one more piece over here. 5 to 2 odds, 7 to 2 odds, and 9 to 2 odds. There are no other odds under the amount of 10. 5, 7, and 9 only. 5 times 5 plus equals 17. Excuse me, this is wrong. 17 and 6. There's a mistake here. It's 16 and 7. 16 and 7 equals 23. Plus 60 because it's 0, 6. 60 equals 83. 7 times 2, 7 plus 2 equals 14 and 9, 23. Plus 60 because of the 9 equals 83. 18 and 11 equals 29. The total becomes 166, which is the light holder, the holder of the light, of the birth of the split worlds, equaling to 195. Aleph, A, E, and I, 6, 6, 6. Because they're the only vowels that don't support a vowel themselves to have a name. The U is comprised of 21, which is 2 letters, and it is the U of itself, so it already has 2 letters. But since it's a vowel, maybe I will shove another number into it. And the O, which is the 15th letter, maybe I will shove another letter. Although the O does not have a family, I'll have to shove an O saying, how can I explain it? A, E, and I is just 1 letter. You see, I need 2 numbers for the change in my pocket, but I need 3 numbers in case I got a dollar bill in change, because they took away the dollar bill, and now I got dollars in change. So I have a $1 bill in Canada and a $2 bill plus 41 cents. I have 241, which says the bad cat. Do you understand the way I'm working? I'm understanding what they have given to me. Since E is E, there's nothing else to go with it. Since A is A, there's nothing else to go with it. 2 numbers are the change in my pocket. The change in my pocket tells me that the 2 numbers get split apart, one onto the left, one onto the right. We balance them out, and we understand that the 30 cents is a dollar in front. We have a dollar, and whatever's left over is the change. Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.